About 14 months ago, I joined the Microsoft Business Solutions organization, which is responsible for selling our Dynamics products worldwide. When I joined the organization, it was quite unique. The Dynamics business had actually been the 8th largest business inside of Microsoft. But when I joined, within 3 weeks, our CEO had changed strategy and really put the Dynamics business and the business application and business process business at the core of Microsoft's strategy. There was unprecedented growth. And so at a time of change, you really need to bring some commonality to the team and common language. What the 5 behaviors framework actually does is it allows you to take an assessment. And one of the things that we like at Microsoft is moving from opinion to fact, right? And the data that it provides through the DISC assessment is real. It gets us out of opinion and it gets us into fact. It provided me a baseline, right? A foundation for where the team really was against those 5 core elements. But most importantly, it gave me a blueprint for the future. It actually gave me something that was actionable and that the team could see as actionable, more at a collective level, but also at an individual level. So we flew everyone in from around the world. So I have a worldwide organization. So people came from the US, EMEA, and Asia. And we really kicked off the session with them speaking first, right? Telling us about kind of what they had learned about the program through my communication and what they expected. We drove 100% participation in the assessments. We're very committed to it. We looked at the summary data and we were able to somewhat customize the session based on what we got back through the data. So we spent a little more time with the team around trust, as well as conflict and commitment, and touch more lightly on accountability and results, with a plan to do that deeper down the road. But what that did is it gave the course focus, and we could go deep, right, in the topics.
I remember a great exercise we did where you kind of had to split up in groups in terms of what your kind of natural affinity is. So you kind of saw the group that maybe start every meeting with an Excel file, which is certainly not my style, but you needed to understand who they are and how they thought about the work they do compared to others who will probably like to dream a little bit before they get into the Excel discussion. And I think that a deeper understanding of the different styles was a great outcome, because I think that was the basis for understanding how do we work as a team essentially and become a much bigger powerful force in what we could achieve in the business.
I can definitely see a change in the team's structure in terms of how they work together. They're far more vocal with each other. So I think that hitting that trust level was really important, especially again because we do cross globally and we're not necessarily working together face to face every day. And the other, I think, key attribute or outcome from that was really driving to decisions. We don't have a lot of time. We are working quite rapidly to keep up with a very fast release cycle. So while we may want to take a long time to make a decision, it doesn't benefit anybody.
And I felt that the ability for people to have a facilitated conversation where they could take risks, where be open to new ideas, and really learn how to work together more effectively was done in the first 45 days in the role.
There was suddenly a feeling that you were part of a bigger entity here, and you weren't just an individual. And I think when we started kind of talking about what our values are, what brings us together, what's important to us as individuals, certainly allowed you to start connecting with other people at a different level.
Anybody that's not investing is taking something away from, I think, the employee's experience with the company, because none of us are going to be successful and drive impact if we don't work well together.
If you think about the company, our company is transforming, currently, and there's an opportunity for us during this transformation to really drive the culture that our CEO Satya has been talking about, which is it's a growth culture, a growth mindset culture. And in a growth mindset culture, it's about everyone's ability to develop, not just specific certain individuals in leadership programs, but really every employee's ability to develop. It's about having a learning attitude, about taking risks, risks and being courageous and kind of leaning into the unknown. And if you really think about that growth mindset definition, it's very hard to do that if you don't have the 5 behaviors of the cohesive team really down as an individual and as a team. So when I really think about the culture that Satya is driving for the company, I think that's a top-down culture that is fantastic, But what really needs to happen is at the management level, we need to engage. And I think engaging with the 5 behaviors program is an absolute amazing asset to help develop our people, to really make that culture a reality for the company.